Yesterday, a woman asked me if her phone case could send TXT messages without the need to buy a phone. What is the dumbest / most clueless customer you have ever dealt with? I work at a bookstore, and I once had a customer return a Bible because it said the exact same thing her other Bible did. Worked in an ice cream parlor. A woman asks for a chocolate ice cream. I ask if that's scoop or soft serve, and she says scoop. I give her the scoop ice cream and she says no, I meant the other chocolate ice cream. We had one of those soft serve machines that produced different flavors, so I pointed to the photo of the chocolate serve on the machine to confirm, and she again nodded. When I handed it to her, she got really angry and yelled, "Are you stupid? That's not what I wanted." After much confusion, it turned out that by chocolate ice cream she meant vanilla soft serve with chocolate sprinkles. She snatched the correct order out of my hands and flounced out in disgust. My friend works customer service at Canadian Tire. The other day someone tried to return a flashlight, claiming it wouldn't light up. My friend looked down at the flashlight. It was a hose nozzle. Ages ago when I worked at Staples, a gentleman approached me saying he needed a new typewriter. So we walked over to the typewriters. We sold one model, but several word processors. I asked him what he needed it for, and he explained how he was retranslating the Bible into English. I wasn't quite sure what that meant, but had the forethought not to ask. I recommended a computer and brought him over to the computer section. I showed him a few models and Microsoft Word. I loaded Word and the Office Assistant mail and the wizard popped up. The customer took a step back, made the sign of the cross, and declared that computers and wizards were demonic. He immediately left the store. When working at Walmart Electronics around 8 years ago, I dealt with a sudden torrent of people returning wireless products. They were furious that these devices needed to be plugged in to charge. I had customers insisting that the other employees said their phone / keyboard / controller / etc would absorb electricity from sockets as they walked around the house. We had to put up wireless devices do not charge wirelessly signs around the entire department. A lady in finance once had me pulled out of meeting with the company COO and VP because her internet wouldn't move right. She had a piece of candy stuck in her mouse scroll wheel. I worked at a hair salon a couple years ago and picture annoying FB girl comes in and I take her to my seat, put the cape around her and ask how we are going to cut it. She asks, "Can you cut it so it's longer?" Dumbfounded I said no, but I can cut it so it's shorter. She glared at me with the stare of Medusa and stated, "I go, my god, forget it. Men can't cut hair," and ripped off the cape and stormed off. All the other clients in the salon dying from laughter. Thank you for calling Starbucks. This is Jeff. How can I help you? Yes, where are you located? We're at the corner of Main and Magnolia. And where is that? Do you know where Main Street is? Yes. Do you know where Magnolia Avenue is? Yes. That's where we are. Well, I'm standing at that intersection and I can't find your store. Is it underground or something? Looks out the window and sees a woman who looks lost. Man, turn to your left. Do you see a man in a green apron waving at you? Begins waving at her. Yes. That man is inside a Starbucks. Go there. That's not Starbucks. That's Quiznos. Man, I'm very confident I'm in a Starbucks right now. You're not very helpful. Click. I worked at a help desk. One time a lady called in complaining she charged her internet all night and now it won't work once she unplugged it from the modem. I can think of two from my time at working at Petco. I had a guy ask if we sold condoms for dogs, while I somehow managed to explain that we didn't with a straight face. I really wanted to ask him who would been rolling him on if we did. The second was a lady who called saying that her Labrador was throwing up blood, and do you guys sell a pill that stops this? I gave into the undisciplined side of my head and irritatedly responded that if her child was throwing up blood she probably wouldn't be going to Walgreens to find a drug for it. She'd be going to the doctors, and she should probably do the same for her dog. That job scared me with the amount of people that were totally clueless on how to raise animals and yet had small children. Not mine, but a friend told this story in college, and it always amused me. She worked in a camera store, and this was the early 90s, so pre-digital camera era. This woman comes in, wanting to get some photos developed. She hands my friend the whole camera. Not unusual. Apparently a lot of people didn't know how to get the film out after they were done with a roll, so this part wasn't uncommon. My friend examines the camera and my friend, ma'am, there's no film in here. Woman, that's okay, I still took the pictures. My friend, but there's no film in the camera. Woman, I know, but I took the pictures anyway, so please get them out. My friend, but you would have to have had film in the camera first. Woman, it doesn't matter, I pressed the button. There are pictures in there. Please get them out. And so on, for quite some time. It ended with a woman storming off, convinced my friend was incompetent. If I install 32-bit Windows twice, will it become 64-bit? That conversation lasted 2 hours. I work at a sandwich shop. I'm not that hungry. Which is bigger, the half sandwich or the whole sandwich? I didn't have to deal with it, but it was amusing listening to a waiter at an IHOP try to explain to a customer why they couldn't order never-ending pancakes to go. Working at a bookstore. Customer, do you sell the Bible here? Me, yes we do. Which version would you like? Customer, the Bible. Me, yes, I understand. Which version? Customer, the one Jesus wrote. Customer, my computer doesn't work. Me, is the monitor on? Customer, of course. Me, what color is the power button on the monitor? Customer, black. Me, can you press the power button on the monitor? Customer hangs up. Not a customer, but a client, taped an Ethernet cable to the window thinking that it would give them better Wi-Fi reception. Back in my Best Buy days, a woman came in complaining that her iPod had a virus. I turn it on, and it's working fine. She says it only appears when she connects it to her PC, so I hook it up to our machine. It connects, and the do not disconnect message appears, complete with red no symbol. There, that's the virus. What does that mean? When I was working internet tech support, I had a customer call us up because his net wasn't working. He said he hooked everything up, but the damn thing just won't let me email. He then said the cable you sent me was too damn big. I told him that shouldn't be the case, and he said he had to resize it to make it fit into his computer. After a little more questioning, I found out he just took the box that had his network card, his modem, and most importantly that CD with a huge red sticker on it that says, "Run this first before setting up equipment," and chucked all that stuff aside. He then took out the Ethernet cable, tried to plug it into his 56K modem. When it didn't fit, he took a knife and carved it down to make it fit. I just kind of sat there as he was furious because his service didn't work and we sent him useless equipment. When he finally let me get a word in, I told him he was supposed to run the CD and use all of that other equipment. He said he didn't want the service anymore and told us to cancel it, but I told him he signed a contract and I could set up an appointment for him for a technician to come out. He wasn't interested. I hated that job sometimes. I once had a customer bring back a laptop she bought the day before claiming it was broken. She said it wouldn't open. I asked her if it was Windows not loading up or a program not opening. She said the laptop itself wouldn't physically open. I took it out of the box, opened it up and just looked at her. Her mouth fell open. She looked at me and said, "Oh, it opens that side." Me and my sister tried for an hour to open it up last night and couldn't. She had been trying to open it from the hinge side. I answer for doctors' offices after hours, and I get so many idiots calling about the stupidest things, but I can't give any medical advice. I have to reach and wake up. Since I work overnight, a doctor or nurse for anything the patient deems is an emergency. So when a 14-year-old girl who is 3 weeks pregnant wants to know if it is safe to have sex with her boyfriend at 1 AM, I have to call the doctor. I also had a mother call in the middle of the night to ask if her daughter could dye her hair after having had an abortion earlier that day. Without even thinking, I said, "Well, it's not going to hurt the baby." The mother was pretty slow, thankfully, so she didn't really catch on, but she did make me wake up a nurse. I have a good clueless one. I used to work in the help desk of a university in PA. It was the start of the fall semester, so we were full with new students trying to get their PCs through network registration, NEDAV, updates, etc. I get one girl who was cute and friendly, and I start up her PC and go to work. She's sitting across the counter from me. I can see that she's at least tried to do the process herself, so I ask her if I can poke around for the reg install file. She tells me yes. I check downloads, documents, desktop. Nothing. I ask her if I can check her recycling bin, to which she says yeah, but there's nothing in it. There was something in it. Dozens of nude photos of her and nothing else. The look on my face must have given it away, because she instantly turned all red and whispered something like, "I thought it automatically deletes when you put something in there." I showed her how to delete a recycling bin, fixed the issue, and sent her on her way.